The USA Weather Services have now issued a series of warnings about lightning and thunderstorms in different parts of the country. In Gauteng, heavy rain expected. Also warnings, I understand, for parts of the Eastern Cape. You should know how dangerous lightning can be, how careful you need to be during a lightning storm. Professor Ryan Blumenthal is a senior specialist forensic pathologist at the University of Pretoria. He's been studying the impact of lightning. Professor Blumenthal, good afternoon to you. Lightning kills people every year in our country. What kind of injuries do they suffer from? And I suppose it depends on how they actually get struck by lightning.
Good afternoon, Stephen. Yeah, it is my field of interest. I've been studying it for many years, and we are in lightning season. In fact, as a forensic pathologist, 2 weeks ago, I had my last lightning case, which happened in Pretoria North. It was a construction worker who was struck by lightning. We examined the scene. I did the autopsy, and one finds fascinating things on the human body. So in that particular incident, I did find very unusual findings. His zipper actually exploded, and the teeth from the zipper actually melted and embedded into his skin, which I haven't seen in a long time. It's like a lightning zipper phenomenon. So one gets very unusual, what we call corona pathology. So one finds unusual findings on victims. But yeah, this was a direct strike. He died almost instantaneously. And as I said, like the zipper of his pants exploded and the teeth of the zipper embedded and melted into his skin.
Sure. I presume people get struck directly. I mean, you've got really very little chance, if it's proper lightning, of surviving that.
Look, we need to take lightning very serious. You know, it's our biggest weather killer in South Africa and internationally. In South Africa, we'll lose between 80 to 100 people a year due to lightning. So it's our most consistent weather killer. It kills more than tornadoes, etc. Because, you know, lightning death is what we as pathologists do the most autopsies on from a weather point of view. And we need to take it seriously. So, you know, overseas, they've got billboards, you know, be careful of lightning, or, you know, one strike and you're out. And, you know, when thunder roars, go indoors. And we're quite blasé about lightning in South Africa. So we need to, you know, and it's totally preventable deaths. These are totally preventable deaths. Just by following some basic rules, you can prevent injuries and death. So, you know, when thunder roars, get indoors. The 30-30 rule, if you hear lightning and it's 30 seconds till thunder, you're at risk. You should seek a shelter. What is a good shelter? That's anything inside a fully enclosed metallic surface. So just get indoors. Give yourself sufficient time to get home. You know, our lightning strikes between 3:30 in the afternoon and 6:30 in the evening. So that's the time that you're at risk. So give yourself time to get home. You know, and look, you're safe inside a car. If you've made enough bad mistakes and you're outside and there's nowhere to hide, try stand under Eskom lines. You know, you'd be relatively safe there. You don't want to be on top of a hill. You don't want to be under a tree. You know, you want to be inside a fully enclosed metallic surface area. So, you know, it's just common sense. Give yourself enough time to get home. Listen to the weather service in your area. Lightning does kill. It must be taken seriously. And, you know, yeah, my colleagues in the ERs, the ICUs, and myself as forensic pathologists, we see a lot of this stuff. So, and it's all preventable. It's entirely preventable.
Did you say you should stand under a power line?
Yeah, that is actually one of the best advice I can give you. Not directly by the pole, but under Eskom lines, you're quite safe. You know, obviously, you know, if lightning comes down, it will be conducted away by the electrical wires. So, paradoxically, you're safe directly under Eskom power lines. So, if you're cycling or walking home, try and walk under the lines.
Sure. And if someone is struck by lightning, what should you do?
All right. Look, you need to know first aid, firstly. So, and you want to go to the deadest looking person first. So, you know, whereas not like other first aid where you go to like the healthiest looking first, you know, airways, breathing, circulation. Yeah, even if they look dead and you go straight towards them and do CPR, they have been known to come back. But prevention is the best cure here. We know that, you know, school galas and rugby games and soccer games, you know, if the storm's within 20 Ks or 10 Ks, you want to stop the game. The inconvenience of stopping a game is less than the inconvenience of a dead or injured player. So we need to take this seriously. We need to, if there's lightning warnings, like on golf courses, the golfers seem to be the most aware of lightning, but the rugby players, swimming people, cricketers, and all the other sports are a bit more blasé about lightning. But we need to just get out the pool, get indoors, and give ourselves sufficient time.
And lightning apps, I mean, some people have them on their phone. They can tell you how far away the lightning or the thunderstorm is. Do those work? Are those reliable?
Well, I mean, it's data, so we should use available data. So, myself and Prof Jandrell wrote the SARU guidelines, which can be found on boxsmart.com. And it said, if a thunderstorm is within 20 Ks of the game, you should go on high alert. And if it's within 10 Ks of the game stops. And only after 30 minutes after the last rumble, you should come back on the field. So we need to take it much more seriously.
I know, obviously, and you've pointed out you should get out of a swimming pool if there's lightning. Some people say you shouldn't get in a bath or a shower during a thunderstorm. I must say, as a journalist, as a reporter, I've never done a story of someone being struck by lightning in a bath, but is it possible?
Okay, look, a bath is a ceramic area, so if your foot is directly on a chrome tap, you're actually at risk. Whereas in a shower, there's more contact with the chrome taps and the water, so you are marginally safer in a bath than in a shower, statistically speaking. But, you can get these surges that can come through the electricals in your house. So the best is to be out of the shower and the bath. But if you're going to have to choose, I would be in a bath, but I wouldn't want to be touching a chrome tap.
Okay, wouldn't do it either. Wouldn't put the kids in the bath or the shower. You'd wait until it's done. And then Gauteng, I mean, for many years when I was growing up, everybody would say, oh, the Highveld in South Africa is the worst lightning, the strongest lightning anywhere in the world. It's because of the gold 4 kilometers underground. Is that true?
Well, we do have a lot of ground strikes in the Highveld, and the Drakensberg escarpment is actually the mega when it comes to lightning. I mean, they're having 26 flashes per square kilometer per year. So if you take an imaginary kilometer of ground, like a kilometer by kilometer, it gets struck 26 flashes per square kilometer per year. Even here in the Highveld, in Gauteng, we got a lot of ground flashes. And our lightning death rate is almost 6 times higher than that in the United States. So as I said in the beginning, we lose about 80 to 100 people a year due to lightning. Those are deaths. And about 7 times as many will be struck and survive. So we've got about 7 times more people, like between 300 to 700, that will be lightning strike survivors in South Africa. And these people live with tremendous disabilities. They can't talk, they can't walk, they've got neurological cardiac problems, they get cataracts. So it's a fascinating field, this corona medicine and corona pathology.
Some people say that they felt electricity. They've walked into an area or they felt it. Can that happen?
All right, so if you're going to get struck, you can get, people report seeing sparks coming off the back of your shoulders and head. This is what's known as St. Elmo's fire. You sometimes see it off ships' masts. And then obviously lightning is illusionary because it is so bright. People cannot tell you how far or how close it actually struck. And, you see lightning strike on the horizon and it looks like it's just coming straight down. Whereas in reality, it's a 3-dimensional tortuous spark. So it comes towards you, away from you, towards you, away from you. So people have no idea how close that strike actually was. And then because of the brightness, I mean, the eye gets injured by lightning. It's so bright. You can have a whole lot of ocular pathologies from lightning. So, and then people's perceptions of the incident is very subjective. So that's why we as forensic experts want to go to the scene. We want to examine where it actually struck. We want to look at the lightning network detection system and confirm that there was in fact a strike, how close they were. So it's quite an advanced field, this, and there's a lot of details to a singular case.
Professor, I can see why you find it so fascinating. Wow, there's a lot to talk about. Thanks very much indeed. You heard the main message, sir. If thunder roars, go indoors. Professor Ryan Blumenthal, Senior Specialist Forensic Pathologist at the University of Pretoria.